Sorry, Chris.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Hopefully I can hear myself.
Sorry, Chris.
No.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
Off the previous one. No.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Yeah, the only problem I've got now is that it's looping for some reason.
it's looping like hell.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks.
Oh,
All good, all good.
Yeah, the only problem I've got now is that it's looping for some reason.
it's looping like hell.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks.
Oh,
Are you on a laptop?
Yeah, the only problem I've got now is that it's looping for some reason.
it's looping like hell.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks.
Oh,
Are you on a laptop?
Yeah, the only problem I've got now is that it's looping for some reason.
it's looping like hell.
Hey, I can hear myself just with a massive delay.
Sorry, Chris.
yeah.
So now we've got audio. Hello, folks. Mute my YouTube.
Oh,
Are you on a laptop?
Yeah, the only problem I've got now is that it's looping for some reason. Yeah.
because we're having audio. Sound.
Yeah, I think we do.
We do.
Change your camera, Clyde. No, I'm coming through nicely on the stream now. Goldfish friendly stream. That's funny. Is that Rob then?
Hop, are you on a lap?
Yeah, it works.
Right. Okay. So, folks, yeah, kind of a change of YouTube channel. It looks like we don't really know what's going on. We've worked through the problems. So, welcome. It's not the GT4 TCR challenge. This is the V8 round 16 and 17 of season 10, and we are at Suzuka. We have a 21-degree track, so it's nice and cool. I'm Pete Bingham, and in the booth with me tonight is Wobbly. How are you doing, Wobbly?
Yeah, after all the stuff we've been through tonight, I'm fine.
Yeah. Right, let me kill some screens a minute because I need to talk about what's going on. So we've got 2 races for you tonight, a sprint and a feature, a 30-minute race and a 60-minute race. We're about to get to the very death of qualifying already, for those of you just joining now. Thank you for being patient with us. We've got no Sam tonight, it's Clyde in the buttons room. Not saying that it's anything to do with him, it's just that we're not used to doing this. So hopefully we can carry on with the rest of the stream without any hiccups. I have a cold that you can probably tell from the way I'm talking. Hopefully not. Suzuka Wobbly used to be a really slippy track on iRacing, but you've not been a member of iRacing for long enough to remember that, I don't think, since they remodeled the track. So you went around a few laps earlier. What did you make of the track?
Yeah, I did slide over some remaining sushi of those Japanese guys.
Yeah.
So it was still, I can confirm it is still slippery, and yeah. I mean, the laps I did did like 4 laps or something like that, and especially the middle part when you go for the double left-hander towards the back straight. Those 2 were really sketchy.
Yeah,
and I'm really looking forward to those battles right there. And if someone's just power sliding it through.
Yeah, that spoon curve. Are we able to go on board with Chris? Clyde, he looks like he's on his last running lap. And I'll talk everybody through the terms. This is affectionately known as first corner, that is its name. We're about to go through the snake, which is the first part of the S's. And then after we've been around this next left-hander, as the session goes checkered, we enter into anti-banked curve. And that's because it's an off-camber turn, this one. It tips the car to the left. Then we hit Dunlop, which is not this bit, but this bit here, which goes up the hill. You got to be careful of wheel spin going up here, because the back end of the car wants to go light and turn round on you. This is Degner 1, lots of curve there. And this is Degner 2. You want to carry the speed through the apex of both those corners, obviously. Don't run too wide. I don't think Chris will have picked up an X there, although he has done because he's bailed on the lap. So here we are into the hairpin, and I think he's going to end up resetting his car. We'll try and get you a proper lap when we're in the race. Ivan Batmans is shouting aliens, I am the alien here. Not sure why, but it's quite amusing. There's the Hoff finishing his lap, and we'll wait for the session to click over whilst I tell you what's going on with the standings, and then we'll get through the grid. So Chris Jackson is at the minute a reasonable runaway winner, or leader, I should say. It's not over yet. Plenty to go in this particular series. So he's got 3,528 points over Kenzie Niewoff. How do you say that again? Thank you. Cheers, Wobbly. Who's got 3,145. So 400 points nearly. Oh, yeah, nearly. In the lead is Chris. Adam Wright's in third with 2,935. And then Tony Klusterman in fourth with 2,829. Jamie Wilson rounds out the top 5 with 2,804. And then there's a big jump back to Nikolai and Vincent, who are both on 2,600 or so. And then another jump down to Bob Woodhouse and Tyler and Greg Carr. So it's quite open, even though Chris has dominated the races that he has actually attended this season. In the team standings, NQRB are leading the way with 5,656 points, and they've got a 600-point lead over BSTV Esports Green. We'll talk about all the drivers in the teams when we get into it properly. NQRA, which is Chris Jackson, pretty much on his own, is in third at the moment with 4,791. And Team Down Under is in fourth with 4,167. And then finally, fifth is Don't Bug Me Racing. That rounds out your top 5. There are a whopping amount of like 28 teams, but not all of them turn up each race this season. So we will have to see how we get on. Rules: you get 1 fast repair, even in the 30-minute race. Cars are fuel limited to 75%. You get a penalty every 20 incident points. And I'm going to double check that we're not already doing. Oh, we are doing the standings. Do you want to go through the standings, Wobbly?
Yeah, so Tony Klusterman is on pole, Chris Jackson on second place, Vincent Skillback on third, Robert Woodhouse for I can't even read it. Concord Racing? It's for Concord Racing.
Yeah.
Tyler is on fifth for BSTV Esports Green. Adam Wright is on sixth. Myro Haraski
yeah, well
thanks. Is on seventh. On 8, Robert Delord, and on my SDK is called Jesus, so I don't know what's going on there.
We're just going to call him Jesus all night.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Jesus. Robert, you're Jesus. Marco is 9th. Jamie Wilson for Team Camera is 10th. 11th, Kenzie Newhoff from Team Down Under. And 12th is Nikolai Bogarev? How do I pronounce that?
Bogatyrev.
Bogatyrev, okay.
Yeah. Never thought I'd be telling you how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that either. So I'll just go on my quiet place and cry a little bit. 13th is Ed Woodward. 14th, Andrew Hoffman. 15th, Ivan Bauman. And 16th, Michael Frost. Is that a new guy? Let's see.
No, Michael Frost used to drive with us in our Vulcan team, didn't he, Clyde? And it's good to see him back on the track.
Starts coming up.
Green flag,
and we're already gone. The start marshal didn't leave them waiting long there, and pretty clean so far as we charge down towards the first turn.
Real good launch from Tony.
Yeah, Tony was like lightning, wasn't he? Now, these things, well, you generally double clutch these things because you get masses of wheel spin if you don't. So
this is a real clean start.
Very. I mean, these guys race these almost constantly, so you can expect clean racing in these V8 races. These are the masters of this car. These two cars. Cars and their setups are identical. You can literally copy the Holden one over the Mustang. We're already into the first hairpin of this 30-minute race.
Look at how close Adam and Tyler are together in that hairpin.
Yeah, that was... couldn't squeeze a Rizzler paper between them. And that's Bob Woodhouse ahead of Tyler. He's got away well in this race.
Yeah. He had a fairly good start.
That's
an off
right
track.
from Vincent. Yeah, that's one. 19 to go, Vincent.
Let's go, Vincent. They form a very orderly line. I did expect some more carnage because it's like a 30-minute sprint race, and after that comes the hour.
Yeah, we'll end up with pit stops in the hour-long race. Obviously, this one we really won't. This is a mad dash for the finish line.
Go! Don't wait for me! Go!
Sounds like Ivan's had an issue with someone or something, and he's telling them don't wait for him, just carry on racing. Here we go. Our professional cameraman.
Mr. Race Director himself.
Yeah, so these three get together here at Spoon Court. Ooh. Yeah. And Ivan said don't bother waiting, and that must be Hoff that has actually waited.
It's very polite to wait, but I think it was just a racing incident.
Yes, yeah, that was. That was just two cars getting together and then Ivan getting in the mix. So, yeah, pretty evenly spaced at the moment as everybody waits for the tyres to get in. These things have no driver assists whatsoever. It's just you and a raw V8 engine.
And that's why we don't drive in Pete.
Sorry?
That's why we don't drive.
yeah. Well, certainly for me. It sounds like you were pretty handy in it when you did your ghosting laps earlier. I was 3.5 seconds slower than these guys, and Wobbly was just about 4/10 slower than the fastest time.
Yeah. I mean, I do obviously enjoy the track, and I was unlucky on the GT Force one like a couple of weeks ago. But as I told you, this is a fun fact. Japan #1 for tonight. Apparently, the the track is designed by a Dutchman, so I was inherent to be fast.
I didn't know that. Is that real, or are you making that up?
No, I'm not kidding. So it's created by Honda, and a Dutch guy designed the track.
Okay. Give us some of those other Japanese facts you had before. How many vending machines per for every how many people?
24 vending machines for every person in Japan. So every person is one vending machine for 24 person. So and then the other one was that the QR code came from Japan.
So before we got broadcasting, we were a bit bored, as you could possibly tell. The two NQR boys in different NQR teams have legged it, wobbly.
Yeah, only the stream.
Oh, stream's frozen. Yes. I'll keep talking anyway because I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, we're strobing forward, but it's working, so I'm not going to argue with it at all. Anthony Jacobson, yeah, it was loopy. Now it's back to normal.
So Chris Jackson just set the fastest lap time.
Yeah, he's caught right up to Tony. He's 0.4 of a second behind him now. Oh, it's actually extending a little. But they seem to be line astern at the moment.
Yeah, so there's a couple of cars. Well, a couple of cars. It's like from first to 13th almost. It's almost all packed together within a second.
Yep. And you can hear how tentative even Chris Jackson is on the gas in these cars, because the power is just directly transferred straight through the rubber into the tarmac, and there's so much power that and you've got no downforce at those speeds. You've got no downforce in this car really anyway, but it means that you get huge amounts of wheel spin if you don't really treat that gas pedal with utter respect and ease the gas on. You were obviously quicker than me, so you got the handle of it better than I have, Wobbly. Is that what you were doing? Were you tentatively squeezing the throttle in stages?
Yeah, so as we started, the track was very slippery. I mean, it's just this Japanese tarmac somehow, and the way I found it, like on my third lap, I did like 5, and on my third lap, I did my fastest lap. And what I did was when I was accelerating, I didn't put the throttle down. I just kept it on 80% and just slowly build it up from there. And I found that the quickest way. Obviously, those guys out there are doing lap after lap after lap, and I only did 5, so I could have done it. But I think if you put the throttle end down too hard, then you're just gonna spin out, and especially on this tarmac.
Yeah, it's almost like it got greased before they decided to put cars on it. It was very strange.
So another fact about Japan. So what they do is that on every night they like 20 people go over this track and they just keep rubbing sushi over it the whole time, trying to keep the tarmac smooth.
I believe that as well. So Bob Woodhouse, trying to get on terms with Vincent, has now got his all his mirrors full of BSTB green cars.
Well, I think that was a zero contact from Adam on Tyler.
Yeah, giving him the hurry up, and getting the hurry up is Adam off Kenzie. Kenzie's pushing hard, and he's staying with this group. This is where the action's at the moment. These guys are separated by, well, no more than half a second each. Well, you can see it on your screen actually. And in the background there is Jesus. He's trying to catch up. He can part the tide as he gets closer, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, the guys are really close together, and on this track you got a lot of downforce interference. And on the back straight you get the toe, but especially for the S's, it's very hard to keep up.
And for those watching, that was a very optimistic lunge there from Miro.
Is that a new paint job on Marco's car?
No, that's the same one that they've been using for a while. I like it. I like that paint job. It's what they did their Lamborghinis in the GT3s.
Oh, I'm running the trading paints one. Never mind.
Ah, there you go. And just behind them, lurking. Oh, this is a good move. No, it was until he hit him. Woo.
Oh, nice
That was a
save.
good save. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good save. Spot on.
My build cheeks and my ass cheeks were completely together. Like,
Yeah, mine chewed my chair for a minute. And Nikolai was right on the back of these two. He's dropped back, probably scared of what's going on. Oh no, here we go. This is the replay, of course. I'll get with it in a minute. So he dives it down the inside here.
just a little
better
peek.
of that one. Yeah, little peek. And it's into the next corner where it all gets a bit tasty. So he pulls out, shows his nose, shows his intent, tucks back in, and then has a bit of a stab in this kind of way. Gets it alongside, but then gets into Marco's car and opens the door for Nikolai. So, back with live racing again. So, where I was going before, the end of this race we will have a random grid selector. Clyde will spin a wheel. We hope that you can see it on the stream. He had it on the stream before. And we will do a random grid for the second race. It can be any number counted back. These 5, nearly 6, are as they were before. And we are already a third of the way through this race, Wobbly.
Yeah, it's going so immensely fast. I mean, when you're in a car, especially in a group like this, you're just running lap after lap, and before you know it, it's like, oh, it's only 2 laps left to go, because you get in this kind of zone, and you see those guys not making a single mistake.
Yeah.
It's a kind of groove you get in, and once you're tucked in, you just head down and you just go. By the way, side comment: the paint of Marco reminds me of some child's movie, like Chucky and the Horror, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Different lines into Degner 1 there. These 3 are still together and are about to get caught by Jamie Wilson.
I do like that paint though.
Yeah, it's a smart paint.
Jamie, yeah.
He's closing in quickly now. And Nikolai's got the sniff of Marco. Miro's caught onto Nikolai, so this is going to get tasty here. We've got 2 massive battles, which is these 4 cars and the 5 in front, sorry. And then off in the distance are the 2 NQR boys. They've gapped the rest of the field now by 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to mention that to you, Pete. Where would you be running now?
We've got an inset camera. Didn't know we could do that. Nice. That's Jamie Wilson's inset camera there. You can see what he sees.
Jamie's running in VR and he also streams on Twitch, right?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, look at that! It's so close. When you clip that curbstone there,
yeah.
I know that one because I spun out last time.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to get on the grass. It's even slippier than the tarmac. So the tow in these cars is pretty immense, but it does lift the downforce, what little you do have off the front of the car. Where's Nikolai gone? He's held it well, but he's going to lose a place unless he can get back on the gas quickly. And Jamie's just boxed out here, isn't he?
Oh, he's on the... Oh,
that was netcode by about 4 foot.
I mean, this kind of situation, you can't call it netcode. You can. It obviously is netcode, but you see him turning in, and so it's probably iRacing calculating. They will hit anyway, so it's like solid air.
Yeah, that's what I called it in Wednesday's stream. It's solid air, folks. There's Woody's feet. You need to be dancing a bit quicker because you're getting dropped, Woody. You've got 2.5 seconds to Nikolai now.
So, Pete, are you one of those guys who uses auto blip?
Yeah.
Mm,
Don't judge me.
I don't, because I do as well.
Yeah, Ant does it properly. I think Tony and Chris do it properly for the
Yeah.
the full simulation effect. I would be in every wall because there's no way I'd be doing that without just spinning around on the spot or stalling the car out or all the other stuff.
So if you're Chris, right now, Pete, what would you do? Would you just sit behind your teammate, or would you try to attack him and gamble the random wheel you're gonna have?
It depends who. So if my teammate was you, I'd be trying to nerf you off without making it obvious I was going to nerf you off.
Yeah, but you know you're never gonna be near.
If it was Gary, I'd be sitting behind him till the end of the race and trying to ensure that. Well, Tony's further back in the standings, isn't he? So,
Yes.
him winning it'll draw him forward in the standings and benefit both teams. So I might sit there and wait. Anybody else I'll be trying to overtake.
So would you be the kind of teammate who would just ask when a teammate's gonna break and then try to get past him?
No. There'd be no multi-21 going on for me. I'd want to either run the team order and not put us both at risk, or agree that we're both going to race it and let's have some fun.
Yeah, as long as you don't kill each other, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing. Same with any team. Race as hard as you want, as long as you both stay on the track. Bill says Marco's paint is the high anxiety version of that. That was a reminder for Miro that Jamie is right there.
These guys are very close, and
Yeah.
trying to navigate behind a car that close, it's always difficult.
Yeah, you lose your turning points and your braking points, and he's gone wide there a little. Or has he? No, I think he's
It's a
all right
different
with that
line.
one. Different line, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoon
he's gonna-
corner is like that.
Yeah, and he's gonna catch up on this little. Yeah, well, it's not really a straight, but
Can we go on board, properly on board with Jamie, Clyde, just to show the folks at home what it looks like when you're that close behind another car? There we go. So again, you get too close and you lose your ability to sight your own turning points. In the VR set, it'll be, well, I don't know whether it's better or worse, to be fair. You think it would be better because you can actually lean around and move your head, whereas if you're on triples or a single screen, you've just got this, what we're seeing right now, and the field of vision. So he's going to tuck it in here. We'll stay on board with him for a full lap unless something more dramatic happens. That was close. As we climb ourselves up the hill here through the snake. And then you've got anti-bank turn after this next left-hander. So not this one, that's part of the snake. This is the anti-bank turn. You've got to get off the gas for ages here before you can get back on it and make the car turn. We climb the hill here, up Dunlop, which is this turn they're in now. And then we're into the two Degners. Both of these turns can upset the car quite heavily. This one, which kicks you out wide, and this one, which makes you want to spin, which is what Jamie just found. See, I don't know what I'm talking about because I've crashed at all these corners. Into the hairpin. First gear corner, I think. Were you doing it in first before?
this one? Yeah, first.
The one that was just gone, yeah. Then this is this is 200R, this is 200 radius corner, and then we blast it down here to Spoon, which is a double left-hander, which is what Wobbly was talking about earlier. This is the one you were meaning, wasn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Late apex here, very late apex, otherwise you wash out wide on the right-hand side. Get on the gas and get yourself a bag full of slipstream, because that's what this is all about. Don't pit in that one, which is what Wobbly was doing the other week when we were racing something else around here and popping out in front of me. And then we're into 130, 130 degree radius corner. Easy to do that and get it a bit wrong. And then you're into the final chicane, which does have a name, and I've forgotten what it is. Casio. I'm going to go with Casio. We'll do that. And then this one, which is effectively known as the last corner. And that was a lap.
Pete, did you know that the Japanese have a Kit Kat with green tea taste?
No, but that sounds good.
Yep.
I like green tea and I like Kit Kat. More of these Japanese facts, please, Wobbly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop in them randomly.
Awesome. That's good. Save some for when Clyde's doing the random wheel.
Yeah, that's fine. So Bill calls it the stupid chicane.
Oh, the stupid chicane, yes. That's his other name. It's lesser known nom. It has to be said. So we've got a bit of a gap here now. Adam is getting dropped by Tyler and has fallen into the clutches of Kenzie properly now, I think. So no tow benefit for Adam anymore, whereas these three are still together. So is that Adam overdriving the car, do you think, Wobbly, possibly?
Might be, but he just might have made a mistake somewhere. His last lap. Yeah, I think he made a mistake somewhere because his last lap time was 4/10 quicker than it was than Tyler's and Bob was.
Right.
So he's catching up back again. So he's probably just made. He did a Pete somewhere, I guess, but he just didn't win it.
It's Frosty going into the hairpin. This is going to be an over rotation. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Under braking. Too much front bias. And round the back goes. Although it is Japan, and he's going to get some drift points for that.
Yeah, and I like the paint, man. It reminds me of the old McLaren one.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? The old Marlboro paint.
Yeah. And by the way, it's Casio Triangle.
Casio Triangle, that's it.
Yep.
So
I'm curious about
finish off that last corner's name. Anyway, go on. What is that?
Yeah, I'm curious about Adam's lap time. This lap, which is about the same as Tyler's.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, so Race Director's saying it's the pressure that Kenzie's putting Adam under. Yeah, I'll let Wobbly tell you what Clyde was just saying.
He said that Pete was a lovely guy and he was fat.
Right.
Sorry, I wasn't about. Sorry, I won't tell anyone, Clyde. Oh, you got cake again, yeah. So these guys can't just. No, well, Vincent. Is it Vincent? It isn't. Oh, it is Vincent. Vincent, Bob, and Tyler are just glued together.
Yeah. Vincent can't get away, even though he's doing really, really fast lap times. He's doing 202s, but the two in front are doing. Well, they're doing 202s as well, but they're doing low 202s, whereas he's doing high 202s. So about a second a lap, the two NQR boys are pulling away.
So and the top speed of Bob last lap was 279 kilometers an hour. So this record, the cars go immensely fast in a straight, but just don't have the grip to turn properly.
Yeah.
Which makes it fun and very hard to drive them.
Yeah, and all that auto blipping and blipping the throttle as you downshift, it creates a very, very complicated car to drive, and it's generally respected that if you can get your head around driving these cars and the way that you drive them, it sets you up for driving any car in the iRacing service.
You can see Tyler putting a lot of pressure on Bob now.
Yeah, he can go around the outside here, and he's definitely trying it. He's going to be on the right side, and with a good amount of drive to get into the snake. And Bob's lost his back end there and got a bag full of wheel spin. So that's an awesome overtake from Tyler.
Yeah. You can see that Bob was trying to get to Vincent, and Tyler benefited of it.
Yep. Yeah, he was trying to tow himself down the straight, and I think Tyler's exit from last corner was better, and he managed to get some tow, and it built on that momentum. It was a really good, well planned overtake that from Tyler.
So this corner Tyler just went through with Vincent is, I think,
Degner.
yeah, it's one of the hardest because you have to take that curve really hard. But if you do it, overdo that, then you just slide out and you end up in the wall.
Yeah. Well, wheel spin from Tyler there. You saw his car twitch. So he's going to lose momentum going around 200R.
Yeah, right behind then Adam is pushing on Kenzie. At least, yeah, he is. Right at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, Kenzie's overtaken Adam, and we've not seen it. Probably because we were watching Tyler doing his overtake. So Kenzie's moved forward a position. Here we go. This is it. So into 130R. Adam got a lot of curb and was slower through there, which means
yeah,
Kenzie could stuff it through the inside there.
I feel like Adam was taking too much speed into the corner and probably saw it happening and just lifted off so he didn't crash or hit that curb and spin out.
I have to agree with that.
So Jamie just overtook Myro.
Oh.
Just like a couple seconds ago.
That's right, yeah. Ooh, look at these three. They're all piled on top of one another here.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Ooh, they've gone very wide.
They're like,
Now,
there's no apex there.
No, and go too far out wide there, and you do get a slowdown, but I don't think either of them did, because it wasn't wide enough. But ooh, he gets a nice bit of wheel spin to block the line of Miro.
Really good on the outside.
It was very well orchestrated. It's all happening all over the place now. We may only have 16 cars on the track, but you think there was more, the amount of activity going on. We are now 25 minutes in, so we've got about 4.5 minutes before they'll throw that white flag. That's very wide, isn't it, from Vincent in his wheelie bin?
I did remember what wheelie bin was. It was a Facebook of
Yeah, that's right.
Racing. I think I asked it like 3 times already. What was this?
Then, Miro again. Is he going to lose it under braking? Is he too far? Oh, bit of a wiggle from Jamie, and he's got him. I'll take it all back.
Good catch though.
Yeah, good catch. Sign of someone that can really drive the car is one that can drive it out of a disastrous situation. And look at Kenzie now. He's got past Adam. He's right onto Bob.
It seems like Adam has been holding him up.
Yeah, I think so. Probably benefiting from the the toe of the cars in front of him for a while, and maybe burnt up what he had of his gear. So he's probably overheated the tyres, possibly trying to keep on terms or fight. Hard to tell. Ooh, look at this crowded house here.
Those guys are just dancing it out the whole time.
Yeah.
So let's do the tango. Back and forth and back and forth.
I reckon Jamie's got a run here.
You can overtake on the outside. I mean, that's the preferable line than on the inside because you take a lot more speed out of it on the last. Yeah, there he goes on this.
That's very close. That's really door to door.
Yeah, but this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Got a good drive.
Oh, he's still hanging on though.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had to give best now.
I mean, and you
Nikolai?
see, yeah, Nikolai is coming back up again. Like, I want some of this pie.
Yeah. Where is Carl?
Probably in the chat.
Yeah.
Eating pie.
Actually, he's doing the Petit
Oh yes,
Le Mans.
yeah.
Oh, look at this. 5 cars all piling round and Adam's back on it. Oh, jeez. Do you see him then? Do you see Adam?
No, I was checking the chime sheet.
All right. Adam went utterly sideways coming round 200R. Lots of wheel spin.
Is you Adam and Kenzie are really close to Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, they've reeled him in. Both of them have now.
And it's 28 minutes in, so it's probably just gonna be one more lap. 2, might be 2.
2, I reckon. Because don't forget how much further down the road Tony. Oh yeah, and Tony and Chris are. Here they are. Give them their 5 seconds of fame. Still in the same order as when they started.
I think it's the last one. Just across the line when it was less than 2 minutes left.
Right. Okay, we'll treat this as the white flag lap. Well, these guys try and sort themselves out. They're just, I mean, they'll be loving this. This is what we turn up to race for. Exactly this.
If they're gonna keep this up, they're gonna end up in a wall.
Yeah. So Jamie tries it again around the outside at turn 1 or first turn.
Oh yeah,
He's got his nose right in front now, but can he get the traction down? Because Miro hangs it round this second part of the snake here, and he's done it again.
There's no grip on that left side, it seems.
No, it's crazy, isn't it?
And Nikolai is like, I'm here now. Let's get involved. Let's do it.
Jamie's on the slippy stuff, on the marbles. Nikolai thinks I'm having a bit of this. Oh, it's everywhere. There's fights all over the place. That's
we've seen a couple of good races on V8, but this one has it all.
Look at that cutback there from Kenzie.
I mean, Kenzie has had understeer, so Adam is probably just gonna try and send it anyway now.
Oh, it's a replay. What's this?
On the outside.
Oh,
this is what I meant. Yeah, you hit that curb too hard and you just wash out.
Ooh, and a bit of a hit check that he'll know nothing about until it happened. Into the hairpin. And Bob Woodhouse is still ahead of Kenzie for now.
Yeah, and we have to say, I mean, Tony and Chris didn't get any any minutes of fame, but they really did a good job out there.
Oh, hang on. That's Tyler.
What was that?
I've no idea.
Wait, let me check. Oh, you locked up and then killed Vincent.
Oh, you're joking. So he comes round 130. There's Vincent in your screen, and then
that is
on
the last lap. So now his wheelies are really bin.
Yeah, that's a second-hand wheelie bin right there. Ooh, blimey, that was full of everything, that. We're waiting for Mike Frost and the Hoff to... are they still running or not?
And it wasn't.
I don't think they are. Was it netcode, was it? Well, it was going to happen either way. Solid air or otherwise.
Yeah, really solid air, but it's bound to happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. Tyler apologises again on the in-game chat. And we'll run through the finishing order once the last car crosses the line.
Defended hard.
And he may never achieve it if he does stuff like that.
Yeah, all that.
No, but the finish line is further back.
No, of course it isn't. Being stupid. So I'll run through this while Clyde gets his spinny thing ready.
I just wasn't expecting.
Tony Cliston was your race winner for NQRB, followed by Chris Jackson, his sister teammate for NQRA. They were line astern for the entire race. Bob Woodhouse finished third. Ooh, we're on the wheel now. No, we're not. For Concord Racing. Kenzie Niewoff finished fourth for Team Down Under. Adam Wright finished in fifth for BSTV Sports Green, followed by Tyler Newitt also for BSTV Sports Green. And then Vincent, unfortunately, in seventh for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Then Mark Holloway in eighth for VTS Esports. Jamie Wilson was ninth for Team Chimera. Nikolai Bogotyrev in 10th for Don't Bug Me Racing. Miro Hraski finished 11th for PCS. In 12th, Ant Woodward finished for NQRB. Then Mike Frost in 13th for Don't Bug Me Racing. For PSR, Andrew Hoffman finished 14th and 15th. And last, Ivan Batmans, who quit out for Track Velocity Racing on the first lap, really, I think. And repaired his car. So, do we have the spinny wheel thing, Clyde?
Nah,
There's a second, I'm on a bit of delay.
130.
There we go. Yes. Right. Make it do its thing.
I'm saying 7. 7. It's gonna be 7.
You reckon 7?
Yeah. Okay. That's why I don't go to the casino.
Yeah. So there you go. 4, folks. Top 4. Your pole man will be Kenzie in the main race.
So you want to know? I found a really fun fact again. Obviously.
We've got another
So
race.
Yeah,
apparently there's a thing in Japan where they stock this V-shaped things on the top of the ceilings,
Right.
and they call it anti-ninja floor things.
Right.
So it's night. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's nighttime nail floors. So there's a
Okay.
defense measure against ninjas for coming in from the roof,
Wow.
and it's
And this-
still actually a thing.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Find some more to entertain the troops while I go and do something unmentionable.
Unmentionable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have to Google again. I only had one. So I did another thing that's in every country there's like a couple of earthquakes, well, a week, whatever. But in Japan apparently there are 1,500 earthquakes a year, so you can just stick that in your right back pocket on a Saturday night. So Tony, Chris, were way out there, and we saw a great fight with Bob Woodhouse, and I can hear myself because Pete put his headset down on a fucking stupid thing. Wait, gonna mute. So wait. So Tony and Chris really put it out there because they had like a gap of 50 seconds, and we've seen a couple of great fights between Bob, Kenzie, Tyler, and also Vincent was fairly unlucky by Tyler killing him. So Tyler, I don't know what to say. It's about the same thing I do to you. Also at the backside, I don't want to say the backside, but further down the field, you got Jamie, Nikolai, and Marco, who are fighting all over the place the whole time, stucking into each other, and Myro as well, gunning it. We've seen a couple of good defending moves from Myro on the S's. Was just unlucky going out on the sixth corner onto the right. It was a really immense race to watch. I hope that the drivers just can keep this up. And if we can keep this up, then it's gonna be a hell of a race for an hour.
It's going to be a hell of a race anyway, I think.
Session's launched.
Session has launched.
So the session
Race
apparently
director.
is now launched for the other drivers again. So what we do is we set up one session for half an hour, and after that we open a new session for an hour, which has like, correct me if I'm wrong, Clyde, but 5 minutes or 10 minutes of warm up, and then the grid is set up and we go live.
10. 10 minutes.
And we don't. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, and we don't have any qualifying left, so it's just the way the guys finish, except for the spinning magic wheel is turned around.
Yeah.
So we got Kenzie on pole, we got Bob on second, and Chris on third, and Tony on fourth. And I reckon that Tony and Chris inheriting to that pace is gonna, yeah, well, I think it's gonna be hard for Kenzie and Bob to stay out there. But then again, we got this amazing fuel battle going on. Because the track doesn't really lend itself for fuel saving, and we have to stop. Because it's like 60% fuel or something, 50, 60, something like that.
75.
He was nearly right.
He was nearly.
75?
75, yeah.
Was it? I can't recall. So Clyde is now laughing at me because I can't remember.
No, Bobbly's a no, Bobbly's a no.
Yeah, and he's again saying how amazing of a guy I am, but you guys can't hear it.
Nog must mean something different in your country, does it?
So, Clyde, you reckon that Pete is is doing stuff to himself or getting stuff out?
I have no idea.
Can you guys not hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think that I muted Pete. Yeah, I'm muted. So are you?
Right, okay.
Here was SDK.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah, I can. I just
Yeah.
muted you because you dropped your headset down, and I heard.
Oh, I see.
So, Pete, do you love watermelons?
I like watermelon.
Okay, do you like Japanese watermelon?
What's the difference, Bobby?
Now, normal watermelon costs about around about €2.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you guys like 1.5 pounds or a pound or whatever.
Yeah, about yeah.
Yeah. So if you buy a Japanese watermelon, it can cost over $200.
The hell is it? Made of gold.
Apparently this has. Wait. Brown melons are the ones. So basically, it's just a watermelon and it's from Japan, so it's it's expensive.
I was expecting you to say it's some sort of weird fish. Brady, I'm so glad you're muted, buddy. I'm so glad you're muted. Marco to work clearly had fun. We've got less cars in the second race. I don't think Jesus can join us for the second one. He said goodbye to everybody in the first one at the end of it. So we've currently got, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So we're three races down from the first race at the moment. All the key ones are here though at the moment. So there's Tyler getting a bit too much grass. In his outlap.
Sorry.
Now what are you laughing at?
No, I don't know.
Alright, let's have your next Japanese thing then, go on.
Yeah, so the airsoft thing, which guys use to shoot at each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently it's from Japan.
Oh, okay. Have you got any better ones?
I don't know yet.
So, as we tick through this 5.5 minutes, we're watching the Stealth Boy, Ivan Batman, and then we've got Tony in view, who's been here since the very beginning of the V8ESC. Tyler, on your screen now as well, cycled through all the races that are in the second moment. He's being chased down by Tony. Marco's back into the second race, so that'll be good. There's lots of good racing in that last race, very close, and very typical of this league. So we've got some track change temperature in the meantime. No, it hasn't, it's still 21 degrees, exactly the same as race 1. With a little bit more wear on it, so do carry the wear forward. So, tell me about, oh no, it's 23 degrees. Interesting. Tell me about what you were saying before, Wobbly, about not being able to fuel save as much on this track. Why is that? Why is this not a fuel saving track like Monza, for instance? Has he gone?
I was getting beer.
Alright.
I even PM'd that to you, but yeah, you didn't read PMs.
No, I don't read them. You should know this by now. No, I was just saying, why is this not a fuel-saving track, and yet a track like Monza is?
Yeah, well, it's just this. It's what it is. There's my answer.
That's not very technical.
No. So Monza has this long straights, and where you can just lift fairly early and just brake in a little bit later. Where Monza has abrupt stops, and on this track you really got a flow into it, where you need to be on the gas half the time. So keep up. The first few corners are uphill, or the first one is downhill, but the S's are uphill, and you gotta keep that momentum going to keep a decent lap time on it. Where there's no way to lift in the first part of the track, except for the straight, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you go to the second part, where towards the hairpin. What's it called again?
Boom. The hairpin is called the hairpin.
It's okay. Well, that's fun. Where you can, it's the same thing. You go uphill a little bit, so you can lift a little bit, but you gotta keep that momentum going to keep the speed on. And again, compared to Monza, you got this chicanes where you can just lift and like, okay, I'll just cruise for a little bit for like around 100 meters or 200 meters or whatever. But it's just not possible on this track. Especially what's it called? This one, SR 300 or something.
200R or
200R. 130R, yeah.
130R, yeah.
You want to keep that speed up the whole time, and you can't really lift there because it's almost flat, and if you lift there, you're gonna end up with a slower pace heading towards the chicane. So you give the guy behind you an opportunity to take. You can feel safe on this track, but it's way harder than on a track where you can gun it half the time and just have these long straights.
Right. Okay.
Pete, have you ever feel safe?
I don't know how you do that. No. I lack the talent. Just getting around the track is challenge enough for me. Trying to fuel save. I did get shown how to fuel save properly by a bloke called Michael Taliancic once, and he was saying that it's all about the top end. It doesn't matter if you gun it out of a corner or whatever, but the amount of benefit you get at the top end of the the fastest straight, is the bit where you save fuel.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about 30 laps if the first one was 15. I do have some insider knowledge. Although I've just... Oh, and the grid's up. So I'll run through the grid and you can do the stand-ins at the end this time, Wobbly. So your pole man will be Kenzie Newhoff. Hopefully that's right. For Team Down Under. Hey, I got it right for once. Bob Woodhouse goes off second for Concord Racing. Chris Jackson goes off third for NQRA. NQRB is Tony Klusterman in fourth. Fifth will be Adam Wright for BSTV Esports Green, followed by Tyler, his teammate. Then seventh will be Vincent Skilbeck. Eighth will be Marco Loer. Jamie Wilson goes off ninth for Team Chimera. Nikolai Bogatyrev 10th. They're all firing up their engines. 11th is Miro, and they've gone. And Woodward goes off last. No, he doesn't. Then there's Andrew Hoffman and Ivan Batman. So, that's a very slow-moving Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, he had a lot of wheel spin going forward.
Yeah, he really did. And that's bogged him down.
And the NQR guys are really nailing the start.
Marco! Oh, dear! Oh,
that's Adam?
Is that Adam? I didn't know whether it was Tyler. It's Tyler.
It's Tyler. Sorry, you're right. I can't believe that I'm saying that. You're right.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We'll have to see that again at some point soon, but we'll see how everybody lines up first. There's a bit of a gap between the top 5 and everybody else now. James. Oh, no. Kenzie, where are you going, mate? He did. Kenzie got all sorts of out of shape at Degner 2 as they all pile into the hairpin.
Thanks.
Adam looking very, very racy now. And there we are, Wobbly. Chris Jackson and Tony Klusterman already at the front.
I don't want to say we expected them to be in front of the of the pack after the first lap, but we did expect them to run away with it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Jackson's checked out, really. He's got a 1 second lead already. So here's what happened. Oh no, what's this now? Right, what's Marco doing?
Too much
Piling it into the hairpin and understeering around the corner.
Yeah, Chucky's gonna hit the wall, or isn't he?
No, he's going to turn it,
Oh.
but he went past Ivan like he was standing still.
I'm just gonna call him Chucky. You're fine with that, right?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, he nearly chucked it at the wall anyway, so it's right for 2 reasons. So everybody piling through here. We'll have to have a look at that Tyler incident with Marco again, because that looked a bit tasty. It was door-to-door action. Oh, Tony, where you off? Here we go, this is it. So a bit of a ding there. Then he rejoins them back.
Yeah.
And then they both go. Tyler kind of straight lines the corner. It's hard getting back on the tarmac with these cars as well.
He did rejoin safely though.
Oh, he did, yeah, totally. Well, I was more meaning when you got one set of tyres on the tarmac and another on the grass with this car in particular, it's very hard to control.
I'm curious about the approach of the NQR guys, because I mean, since its last sprint race was half an hour, this is an hour. Are they gonna preserve their tires? Are they gonna try and fuel save? Although it's hard, it's obviously still possible. Or are they really gonna try to run away with it and even maybe take tires, which might be weird to do, but.
Let me have a look. Earliest stop on lap 10, latest on lap 20 for the ones trying to save a bit. Most will stop at halfway point, really. They will change tyres though. Suzuka, in any car, wears your tyres down very quickly because there are so many high-speed corners like the one they're heading towards now, 130R. And it does pile a whole load of temperature into your, well, the right-hand side for this one, and the Degners do the left-hand sides. The Snake does both sides, so lots of corners that drive a lot of heat into the tyres and therefore wear the tyres off very quickly. A lot of other tracks you can, build your car up for the corner and scrub them less, I suppose. This track, not the case.
So Vincent Skilbeck just set the fastest time of the race.
Yes, he did. He's not moved forward as much as the rest, but he started further back because of what happened with him and Tyler in race 1. So yeah.
Yeah, he started 7th.
Just going through that in my own head.
Yeah, he started 7th and held his position, which is still fine. I mean, not losing your position is, well, almost as good as gaining one, only a little bit less good.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people behind him. Look like they're moving up. Tyler further back, and obviously Marco even further than that now because they've both had incidents.
Yeah, and our biggest gainer is Jamie. He started 9th and is now running 6th.
Yeah, good point. And he's on the back of these two here now. He's right behind Bob. He's got Vincent in his rearview mirror, so Vincent, we know, is very quick in that wheelie bin and won't be wanting to sit there long. Where was Vincent in the championship? Let me go and have another quick look. He's in 7th at the moment. He's very, very close to Nikolai on points and could easily get to Jamie. So what you're seeing on the screen at the minute is actually, or just behind Bob, with those two there. That is basically a fight for position in the league. And in the race, obviously.
When you know you're running, I mean, you have to memorize the score, right? But if you know that you're on a straight fight with the guy ahead or behind you in the championship, you always give it that little bit more.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jamie Wilson is about 150 points ahead of Vincent, so that's worth having a pop out that one. Here goes Tyler trying to make his way back through the field on Ant Woodward. Ant's gone pretty wide, and yeah, he's had to give that position. Marco in for a fast repair, possibly.
Might be.
Or, look at how bumpy the pit lane is here, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's on a hill as well, which doesn't help the situation.
He's also up on his jacks, so he's also changed the tires.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate for Marco because he's now out well and out for the race. He still has to stop again after this one.
Yeah. What lap are we on? 4. Yeah. There's no way he's fuel saving that much fuel. Definitely not. So yes. But points are points, really, aren't they? You never know what's going to happen in V8s. Anybody can lose it at any time. Even the best of them can lose it. So he could still gain points if he stays in the race. And as Tony Kloosterman once told me, and continues to tell people on Discord, if you start the race, finish the race. Because it's worth doing. You don't know who's going to bin it in between times. So, Vincent still in the tow of Jamie here into 130R. Lots of curb. Well, Jamie took that very well, actually. But he's not dropped Vincent. So Vincent's line through there, even though wider, wobbly, is just as effective. How does that work, then?
I couldn't tell you.
Excellent. So, moving on. Have you got any Japanese facts?
No, I'm the difference in line is that you see Jamie really attacking that corner and trying to get his wheel up on the curb, to get that extra swing in, where Vincent is more smoother. Smoother? Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
Oh yes, I scored a word. Let's go. It's way more smoother on how he approaches that corner, and it's more gaining on the exit. And basically, I think both is fine, but it's just the way you are using your driving style.
Yeah, and I suppose one will scrub the tyres more than the other potentially.
Yeah. And if I compare myself to you, I mean, I take the corner fast, you take it slow. It's about that.
Oh dear, it's a good job we're on a stream. Otherwise, I'll be calling you the names I normally do in the Discord chats. Anyway,
great lad.
So Adam still in 4th at the moment, 1 position up from where he started. I think this particular battle here is going to get very, very tasty very, very soon. Vincent's going to want to pass Jamie. He shows his nose.
This is, if you're going to try to pass here, you have to be right beside him. You can't just try to outbrake him. If you do that on that corner, you're just going to lose it.
Yeah, and look at how much ground Jamie got out of Spoon Corner there.
It looked like Vincent had some wheel spin.
Right. I didn't see
if I can
that,
see here, look at that. Jamie is really throwing it in there, and Vincent is way softer on that.
Yeah, and he's pulling him in doing that though, isn't he? Look.
Yep.
I think these two are better at different corners to one another, and that's why it's ebbing and flowing and not actually getting any closer by the time you get to the line.
The pace of the cars, obviously they are the weight is higher with getting more fuel in it, but the pace is way slower. I mean, they're at like 3-4 tenths.
Oh, he's lost out there. Nikolai's gonna have Vincent here.
You can manage to salvage it here. We saw that from Myro.
Yeah, but Vincent's tyres now are going to be hotter than the surface of the sun.
So apparently that outside line on the left has no grip at all. Because I saw Jamie doing it like 3 times, and now you see Nikolai doing the same thing.
Yeah. So Vincent tried to stuff it on the inside of Jamie and ran out of capability or something, and ended up losing time. But then look how he's dropped Nikolai there. Oh no, Ivan, what have you done, mate? Oh, it's this hairpin again. It catches people out over rotating, lots and lots of style points for drifting.
6 out of 6.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mackenzie seems to be keeping up with the NQR guys. He's only on second behind Tony.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good going, to be fair. Tony was a bit sideways going around there. Chris Jackson has gapped his own teammate by 2.5 seconds nearly, so we'll have to see how this transpires with fuel saving and different tactics, because that could play into this now.
Yeah, and I don't know, I mean, Chris is taking all that air towards him, and Kenzie, I don't know if he's really having to push to keep up with Tony or he's fuel saving, but if he's able to fuel save, he might be in a good position if that gap between Tony and Chris and Kenzie isn't really increasing.
Oh, this is the replay of this.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of netco, but still, they would have hit anyway.
Yeah, that was gonna happen, wasn't it? Bit of a solid air contact there, but Vincent ended up losing out ultimately.
So it's Chris. So last time on Bathurst he was on another level, but this week he seems to be a little bit faster, but not as much as he was last race.
No, he's not as dominant, that's for sure. Car 11 was utterly dominant at Bathurst in the endurance race. Won it by about 20 minutes.
Going from the sauna, just chilling in a bubble bath, and then the other guys came over the finish line.
We had a bit of sideways action there from Miro going round Dunlop.
But you see that a lot in this car, so you get on the pedal a little bit too early or a little bit too hard, and you just start snapping out. But these guys are all so talented. They just catch up that car and just keep on going.
Yeah, they do. They gather it together very well. It's something that I've always struggled with this car. For me, once it starts to go, well, no, that's unfair to me, to be honest. I can control it, but I control it too late each time, and I've already done the damage to the tyres by the time I catch it. Does that make sense? I've already driven too much heat in, and then lap after lap I get slower and slower as the tyres get hotter and hotter.
Yeah, I was about to say you struggle on every car, but...
no need for that, really.
No, everybody does that.
Good evening to Stacey on the chat. The Woody fan club must be in the house. No doubt Evie May is knocking about there as well.
So, Mr. Race Director, do we have a curb cam somewhere, or is it not in the pack?
I think it's at 130R.
The fast left-hander. The left-hander after the straight.
No. The one right in the middle on the track map, where
Car number 11.
number 2 car's going under it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So, Pete, airbags, Japanese invention.
It is funny.
You're still laughing about it, what?
Yeah. Just ridiculous randomness. Here we go. Curb cam. Right,
I love this one.
That one did make me blink.
You can see the different lines the guys are taking.
I mean, we'll see with Jamie. So Jamie takes the curb and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I gambled that right. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh dear.
I always used to take that curb very hard and try to get my left tire even on the grass, so you
Right.
can.
Oh,
So
what's
you
going
get-
on here?
What's happening?
Oh, Kenzie. Tony! Oh, and Kenzie's done him.
That's
Bit of
safe again.
disturbance in the force for Tony Kloosterman.
I like that one, Pete. Disturbance in the.
Yeah. Star
Yeah.
Wars reference.
Yeah. That's why I got like 3 Star Wars tattooed. So about that corner, I used to stick it on the grass so I can get a more turn in. So okay, pretty much you go too fast towards that corner, but due to the fact that you put your left front on the grass, you get a little bit more turn in, so you can
Yep.
keep that speed up.
Surely that's dangerous, though. Surely you're going to end up... You're playing with fire, aren't you? Because you're going to hit that one day in the wrong way by doing that, and it'll either over-rotate the car too much or punt you off to the right, or...
Yeah, it does take a lot of practice, but
Yeah.
I usually play with the grass and not with the fire.
Right, okay.
Does he have a fish on his back?
Yeah, it's like a born-again Christian symbol, I think. With little feet.
Is that Jesus? Oh no, Jesus is gone.
No, that's Miro's car, that we're looking at. We're on board with Tyler. He's 4 positions down after he's coming together with Marco earlier on.
I do like those shots. I mean, if you can look
Yeah.
real closely, you can even see him smile on the right top.
Got his inset picture there. I mean, they are racing so close to one another at certain points on the track. It's an amazing demonstration of skill.
It takes something special to get out of like this, to clear someone, because you see all those guys from what is it, 8th till 4th running.
Yep.
I mean 6th running back to back. It takes another pace level to get out of a group like that.
Yeah, definitely. This is looking back from Kenzie's car now at Tony. And then just behind him is Adam and then Bob Woodhouse. And you can see the 3rd car back. Did we see the overtake from Vincent on Jamie or not? I don't remember.
I can't.
Oh, excellent. So this apparently is the overtake. I think we're a bit far back from it.
That was a little close.
Looks like he has
slow
a
down.
slowdown. Yeah.
Definitely. So he's picked that up in the chicane potentially.
Inverted air conditioner.
What?
I'm not kidding. Apparently, an inverted air conditioner is one of the standard air conditioners in the world, and it's created.
See, folks, you don't just get to watch decent racing. This is an educational video as well. Miro's line into that corner. Oh, wow. Oh dear. Was for a particular reason apparently. It was because Nikolai was losing his car in front. Meanwhile, Kenzie still leads Tony, but he's 4 seconds already behind Chris. He is a monster around these tracks, isn't he, in this car?
Yeah, his pace is I've been checking his lap times, and his pace is like 10-2 faster than the other guys on a consistent pace. And it's fine if you do that like 1 lap, but if you can do that consistently, like 4, 5, 6 laps, you get that gap going. And it's just the little small things like braking a millisecond later, being a little bit more sensitive on the throttle, where you get those extra seconds.
Yeah, it is finite margins, isn't it? And if you're club-footed like me and it's just go and stop, then that's why I'm never at the pointy end of these races.
Go and stop. Nice.
Oh, what's
So that's
Marco
Marco.
doing? That is very fast in the pit lane.
No,
Is
but
that-
this is probably lap 10 was the first possibility, right?
Lap 10, yes.
And he already did take fuel, so he's like, I'll just go to the pit early again.
Oh, maybe. But
Selfish,
it looked like
more
he
like
was
a
doing.
selfish.
Looked like he was doing about 100 miles an hour in the pit lane. So, was that an anger pit stop?
Might be. He's on his out lap now. At least
Ah,
he's just
right.
out. Yeah, he only stopped for 5 seconds.
Ah,
5 seconds?
that's an odd one.
That's 5.58. Nice. So he might just been a little bit on the field, like I'll just stop as soon as I
Yeah,
can.
just
Ooh, this is a
Topping
little
up.
long lap.
Oh, look at that! I'm here. Hi, Kenzie.
It's like kissing his butt. That's serious.
I'll let you tell him that after the race.
No. It's interview time for you. You did it so well last time with Jazz.
Oh, here we go. Tyler's in.
Probably thinking the same thing. He's in a position where he's not gonna get forward that much,
Yeah.
so he's just going off sync. It's the only way to salvage when you're in a position like that.
Yeah, I think that was an angry pit stop from Marco. He's now left the session, which is very sad.
Okay. Did he? Marco.
Ooh, that's a bit of wheel spin for Kenzie there, going over the brow of the Dunlop Hill. Oh, and he's got a lot of grass under his tyres there. I think he's either feeling the pressure or feeling his tyres going off now.
Yeah, Marco went in with 200 kilometers an hour, so...
Yeah, that's worth a penalty, I think. 200 miles an hour. Good God. Did he stop in his box though? That's the main
he
thing.
He did stop in his...
That's very talented then.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
look at this! Oh,
this is
wheelie
Vincent,
bin.
Jamie.
that's a wheelie bin overtaking a Chimera. Don't think that's ever been said in a sentence before. Oh! Are you sure?
Jamie's was running behind. Yeah.
Oh, Vincent getting back. Right, okay. Thanks, race director, that nobody can hear.
Look at how close he is.
It's crazy, isn't it? How do they not... Oh, never mind. Just talent, isn't it?
It's talent.
Oh,
Oh, Vincent is very wide.
Oh,
Oh,
that's contact.
yeah. Oh, he's on the wrong pit entry.
He could get on the right pit entry if he's clever. I know he's joining the track again. And getting a wheel spin. I think that's angry foot. Because here comes Nikolai now as well.
Yeah. That seems like frustration.
Yeah.
I get it.
Only into his pit box.
No.
Isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
There's Tony and yeah, sorry. Again, you're right. It feels weird to say it again.
Yeah, you're in some sort of alternate realm. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ant Woodward keeping it real and keeping it realistic. Staying on the outside line until he needed to go into his pit box. Very professional.
You just drive by.
I am never living Donington down, am I? I really am not. There was a cone. Oh, right, okay, that's why there was a cone. This is a replay. There's Nikolai storming off. And this is Vincent now with Miro on him.
So, Ed.
Oh, he has, yeah. Miro's head and shoulders better in this car for the practice and the racing with these guys. It's funny, isn't it, Wobbly, that you can be good in officials, and you can move your I rating up, etc. But you don't really get the racecraft until you race with the same guys over and over and really clean races, and then you figure out, actually, I can drive this car a lot faster doing these 3 little things, and I can get alongside or in front of these other people, and then you go back to official racing and you're so much quicker.
Yeah, and it's about confidence. It's about understanding what the other drivers are doing. Besides that, most of the people in officials are just utter knobheads.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So, but it's about trust and about seeing when somebody is about to do something stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about what happened to Ant, because his pit stop was about 40 or 30 seconds longer than it was compared to Tyler's and Tony's. So it almost seems like he had a penalty or something.
Yeah, that sounds like a speeding penalty, doesn't it? How much longer did you say?
His time standing still was 1 minute 3, and total pit time was 1 minute and 32 seconds.
That's a long time even for a pit stop penalty. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, unless he unchecked his damage or something, and maybe he had some... Oh, hang on.
Vincent going very right.
Vincent going through the kitty litter.
Kitty litter?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the thing that cats poop in.
Yeah, we don't call it that.
What do you call it?
A scheidbox.
Of course you do. Slow-mo for Vincent. Putting his wheelie bin through the gravel. Stylishly, though, it has to be said.
So I'm...
Oh. So Tony has overhauled Kenzie in that stop. Oh, hang on. Car 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to stop for some donuts, a coffee, a couple of sandwiches, a massage, shoulder massage, followed by probably arms, would you say? Maybe a bit of back massage. And then he'll get going again and still lead the race.
So, well, it did take Adam to first place.
Yeah, actually. Adam is your provisional race leader. Well, he still owes us a pit stop, sorry.
Yeah, and when Chris pitted, the gap was about like 6 or 7 seconds. So unless that Chris does something completely irradical, which I don't believe he will, he still has the lead.
Up and round Dunlop for Adam. As Chris Jackson leaves the pits.
So Vincent, Mario, and Andrew are all in the pit.
Oh yeah, Tony is holding his sister teammate by a whopping 4 seconds. Maybe it's just Chris being careful.
Yeah, might be. And Tyler just got himself back up to 7th position.
Yep, and Tyler's been in, hasn't he? We saw. Did it? Maybe I'm lying. I don't know.
Tyler has been in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He was one of the first ones.
Jamie's found himself a new playmate in the form of Miro.
Yeah, Jamie is having a hell of a time the whole evening.
He is. Yeah. He's in the thick of everything, isn't he?
Gracious, you see Jamie.
Thanks, Adam.
It's like one of those police videos. See crisis, think Jamie.
Oh, capsules for endoscopy and endoscopia. That's also for those. I racing, but I work in a hospital for IT, and we have these capsules where you slick a pill and there's a camera in it, and it just records your bowel system for like 12 hours. And those inventions, that invention, Japan.
Japanese. Awesome.
Obviously, if you eat that much sushi and raw fish, you gotta have something with your belly.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Does the camera show end when you poop it out?
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
I've seen it.
Nice.
No, it
Nobody
wasn't.
needs to see that.
I did, okay. And another one close after a cutler knife.
Yeah.
A utility knife. From Japan.
Right. Wow. I'm so amazed. Where are we going next?
No.
We're going to Long Beach. Hey, that's where I need to be, Clyde.
More pets than children.
Yeah, I can't stand kids. I love animals.
Waste that.
You are?
No, I was I was checking. Yeah, it's Long Beach. If I'm around for next race, then I'll find another list.
Well, if you're not here, who's going to tell us all the cool stuff that came out of Chicago? It is Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah. No, Long Beach is
No.
Chicago.
Where's Long Beach?
California.
California, yeah.
Los Angeles.
Oh well, they
think.
must have invented a whole load of stuff. Save it for next time, though. Keep with the Japan stuff for now.
Yeah, let's go. Stapler. Stapler.
I reckon they're made of gold or something. Go on. What?
What?
Don't be soft. Never. I'm looking this up. Square watermelons. Am I going to get some weird website when I type this in? Square watermelons.
So for the guys, you guys can't hear it on stream, but Mr. Racer Rector is telling us that Japanese watermelons are square and that's why they're so expensive.
And they make triangular ones like pyramids. No way. They're square.
Jesus. I did not know that.
Anyway, do you know what's a bit like a watermelon?
So Pete, you
A
wanna?
Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah. That's go.
I don't know what you mean.
So apparently Clyde is being racist. So it's good that you guys can't hear it on stream. Did you know that? Did you know that the New Year's Eve meal or whatever? It's a special thing, and they usually go out and get KFC because this is tradition.
KFC?
Yeah.
That's the weirdest tradition I've ever heard of. KFC on New Year. Never mind.
So you want to get Marcos in the interview room? You want to give him?
Oh yeah.
His minute of fame.
Yeah, I'll go and get him.
Yeah, it's yours.
We're watching Adam at the moment while he's still leading the race. But as Wobbly's just pointed out, Marco Lewert is waiting for an interview. So over to you, Wobbly. Let's find out what happened.
Not really.
What happened, Marco? So you had a good start, and then you got banged up in the first S's.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the replay. I hope I did not. It was not my fault, and I did not mess up Tyler's race.
And we saw you pit at about 300 miles an hour. Definitely the fastest pit stop. But not for the right reasons, I'm guessing. Was that just angry or?
No, not really. Do you know Franz Beckenbauer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said if I translate it, go out and play football, and that's all. And I'm here, go out and race.
Right.
And if there's nobody to race, I have no fun. And to make
right,
To drive, I don't know, 30 laps alone makes no fun. So,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
what I do
was
most of the time.
it was not a rage quit or something like this.
Right, okay. No, that's cool. You had a very tasty race in the first race, though. You were in the thick of it with Miro and with, was it Jamie?
This was fun, yeah.
Nikolai. You were absolutely thrashing it out between the four of you and the three of you for a while. Have you had fun tonight, even if you haven't finished the feature race? It's been very entertaining. That first race was utterly engaging.
This was really fun.
Cool.
And it showed that it's also makes sense to defend. I don't know exactly what happened then, but at one point of the race, I think they fight it against each other, and I could drive away.
You benefited from them getting tangled up together. That's for sure. Yeah, it's been great racing tonight all the way through. It's a shame that you've not managed to stay with this one. And you're right. When you're touring around on your own, it's not necessarily any fun. Racing needs to be fun. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go? No Stefan racing tonight or Marcus?
No, just you, and I hope that we make a next season. Tonight were, I think, 16 drivers. This is okay, I think.
Yeah, 16 drivers
and
is good,
if it stays like this, I hope we make an 11th season.
Oh, I'm sure we will. The V8ESC is our longest standing league and very popular. Hopefully the other teams that we used to have in here can return at some point when their schedules allow it, like XVR, etc. So, great racing tonight, Marco, and we'll see you next time out. Long Beach, that'll be nice for your car, won't it? You'll be able to reshape it as you go around the track.
Who reshapes it?
The Long Beach walls will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My car, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will make a grey paint shop.
Yeah, so you can't. That's a good idea.
We did decide to call it Chucky because it does bring back some childhood memory.
Yeah. Oh dear. I like the VTS paintwork. I love that. It looks like the Target paintwork, if you know what I mean. It's brilliant. Yeah, if you go for grey, then nobody will see the scrape marks when you get to Long Beach.
Oh, stats mode, yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Marco. Thanks for joining us in the booth as well, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye. Always good speaking to Marco. Oh dear. I think we're going to end up with a whole field full of grey cars for the next one, wobbly, so that you can't see the scrape marks from the Long Beach walls.
Yeah, it's a tough track, but it's. I have to say, I drove Long Beach in a practice like a week ago on GT3, and it felt way more easier to push than it was on Chicago.
Yeah.
The one we bailed out because that stupid country had to play football, which can't play football at all.
Yeah, and I was driving Long Beach last week in the IndyCar, and it was great fun. It was really good. You could really throw the car into the corners and make it stick. These things around Long Beach, I'm not so sure. You do need a track to be a little bit forgiving. Even the fast guys lose it every so often. And around Long Beach, these cars will just get destroyed, I think.
Yeah, and I think there's still some wheels on the track probably because you drove there.
Yeah, you could probably build a new car with the spares that I've left behind.
Jamie was real close to the grass there.
He was, yeah. Oh, and a bit of tyre smoke from Miro and wide out of Degner 1. And it's weird, you go wide in Degner 1 and you end up ruining Degner 2, which is onto this short straight, but it's a valuable straight into the hairpin. You just lose loads of momentum.
Yeah, I always find it hard to find the proper line into the hairpin because it's
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 ways you can take that exit. What you want to do is you want to go on the throttle real soon and real fast after you exit it,
Yeah.
because you feel like you can't, but the track is very wide out there and you can just hit that curb right around the outside to get the best turn out it. But it feels kind of sketchy because it feels like you're turning in towards the grass.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a strange one. And the camber is with you at that hairpin as well, isn't it? So you can go round it faster than you think you can.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little bit broken up at the minute, but I can tell you, Chris Jackson leads this race now by 4.4 seconds. There he is, making his way into the snake. He's already in the snake, actually. In second, that length of time behind, and 1.6 seconds ahead of Kenzie, who you can see in the background, is Tony Kloosterman, keeping it on the black stuff this time. And then, yep, here he is, Kenzie, doing a great job chasing down the maestro, Tony Kloosterman. He's got 4.5 seconds before we find one Bob Woodhouse for Concord Racing, keeping himself out of trouble. I did pause what I was saying there because he kicked his leg up in the air. And he's got a 4-second lead himself over Adam Wright, who was leading this race for a few laps before he cashed in his pit stop, and is doing a great job. His teammate... Oops, sorry, go on.
So Adam his last lap was a 2:19.
God, that was quick.
And it was his fastest lap of the race.
Wow.
I'm figuring he did the tires like most of them.
Yeah.
But if he can get this pace up, his last lap was a second faster than Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, and look at it compared to Chris Jackson's. Chris was at 2:03.
So it might be just a lucky shot that you get the perfect lap in at a certain point, because you always it's bound to happen. But he is the fastest guy on track if you just check the last lap time.
Yeah, I do love this curb cam. It's mint.
I like how the grass disappears.
Yeah. Just vanishes. Watch. There you go.
There
you go. So Tyler Newitt is currently in, I don't know, because I'm scrolled to the right at the moment. Is that 6th?
Tyler
yes, it is. Yep. And then behind Tyler there in shot is Vincent in his wheelie bin. Then Miro behind him. There you go, a whole load of them all in shot at the minute. Then Jamie Wilson, who was in all sorts of close racing in the last race. And behind him is Nikolai. Had some good races with Nikolai over the years. Sorry, go on.
I think I said that last time. I just fall in love with those brakes lighting up. I think it's
class,
absolute glass graphical detail.
Yeah. Did you ever see us at Le Mans when we did the night race? And pretty much all you could see were the brakes. on Ivan's car, that's literally all you could see, because he'd smashed his lights out. So he was driving around in the dark with no lights on. Behind Nikolai, by it's quite a margin now, 25, nearly 26 seconds, is Andrew Hoffman. Not the race he will have expected to have, I don't think, and I'm not sure why. Lack of practice, maybe. I'm not sure. But that's sorry. Go on.
No, that might be. Let's see. Ivan and talking about Ivan, right? Sorry.
No, I'm talking about Andrew.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought about Ivan.
And then behind Andrew is Ant Woodward, 25 seconds back again. We saw him having issues earlier. And then way back is Ivan.
That's Ivan, right?
That was a serious curse that I just issued, wasn't it, by turning the camera onto him? So that was out of the hairpin. So has he got on the gas too soon? Had he already lost it into the hairpin?
He overcorrected it.
Yeah.
Kept his foot on the pedal. And
I like to say I've never done that, but I have.
And he saw the wall coming. He's like, "Oh fuck it, this is it.
Well, you saw where he put his brakes on. It was
Yeah.
very, very late into all of that.
This is
so,
the end.
Yeah, very sad there for Ivan. Reset his car to the pits.
Yeah, I was about to mention that I was kind of proud of him that he kept on running, although he was almost more than a lap behind. Like,
Yeah.
He's as Marco said, some races aren't fun, but he did go through with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
after
good when
the-
you see people continue after the crashes.
Yeah.
And like Tony always says, if you're going to start, you might as well finish. You don't know who else is going to do something either silly or accidental. And you may pick up more points. I mean, it's always worth racing for. We are currently 47 minutes in now. There's still 13 minutes of racing to go, and there's plenty of people in close proximity, like Jamie and Nikolai. So, sticking with it is always a good idea.
Yeah, so Adam is still really putting out great lap times. He's still a little bit faster than Chris is, but Chris might be just putting on the safe side, and Adam might be pushing. While Bob and Adam are getting closer to each other. The gap is now like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, that is slowly coming down now. So we might have some action towards the end of the race. We do often see that with this V8 feature. That there's a quiet zone in the middle of the race, and then everybody bunches up again at the end. Adam right here in 5th at the moment. Closing in on that car ahead of him. That's not Ivan at all. That's Bob Woodhouse. I was reading Marco's message about hoping that Ivan didn't hurt himself in that crash. Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully he can get back on the track and racing again. You never know. He might pick up a position from someone else's errors.
So Pete,
Yeah.
you're into cats, right?
Oh yeah.
So apparently there's a Japanese invention where you can get a jeans and you can put a cattail on it.
Right.
So that's a thing.
Why would you do that?
To keep cats occupied.
Oh dear. That sounds really weird.
It sounds
They do
like
like
something
that.
you would do.
Yeah, they do like their cats in Japan, it has to be said. That's probably why they've got so many more pets than they have humans. So he's taken 2/10 out of Bob Woodhouse on this lap already. You can hear how tentative he is on the gas, leaving the hairpin. Well, as we said earlier, you can't just stamp on it, and you can't just gun it. Everything is a very measured action in this car, which is why I'm terrible at it. It's funny, you know, I went through a period with the old version of this car where I got better, and then just went to rubbish again when they launched the new one.
You can see that the sun glare is also kicking in on the track. Here it's fairly dark, but
Yeah.
especially from exiting the hairpin, it has this huge glare, and the guys who are running VR or who are running HDR are really impacted by it. So they can just,
Alright.
usually they can just turn in and see everything. Oh, little snap there from Adam.
Yeah.
But when you run that HDR on full settings and you just run it, the morning sunlight or the sun or whatever gets in your face and you just can't see the corners anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, look at this. Look how the light is reflecting on it.
Yeah, it's like the track is lava, isn't it?
Yeah. So you should just run it into the gravel because the track is lava. And I even, Clyde did even change the GT4 races because Jamie was getting his eyes hurt or something like that.
Yeah, it was burning his retinas. Oh, look at this. Nikolai's really on to Jamie now. And if I'm not mistaken, Jamie's got front left damage. And I can't remember where that will have come from. We did see him come together with somebody and I can't remember who. Maybe that's impacting his ability to control the car.
Oh yeah, probably it's not really having issues with that. But if the aerodynamic balance is disturbed, your tires are gonna wear more eventually, and especially on this car, you're just gonna that little 5 or 6% extra on the tires.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin your complete pace.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And well advised actually. Yeah, Jamie seems to be a bit twitchy going through these turns, doesn't he? Or he was just back there.
This is the way Jamie takes his line is really the way I do it. You just take it wide and just try to catch in as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But the issue with that is nearing the end of the race, your tires are gone. You're just trying to do that, but just can't get the turn in. You get all this understeer. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Right. I'm just gonna have a look and see when these guys both pitted.
Lap
So-
18 or lap
13
Like,
and 15 actually.
20 and 15. Yeah.
Yeah, so Nikolai's tyres are 2 laps younger, or newer, or whatever you want to call them. That'll be an advantage in this car as well, I think, when you get down to the very end of the race, although Nikolai's gone really wide in the first turn.
Yeah, but going wide there gets you the next exit, the next apex, which is easier, and there's also camera in that one. So you go wide, a little bit wider on the first corner to get an extra turn in on the second corner.
Ah, okay. Good advice.
Welcome to school, Pete.
Yeah, every day's a school day. Marco says he hasn't made all the races for this season, and if he gets 13th or 14th, he's not bothered. He's just wanting to race, I think, by the sound of it. And he says this will be a good battle, and I can't argue with that.
Oh no, what I said, the thing I said about Ivan just keep on running wasn't mentioned. What Marco? It was just in general that if you, I'm the type of guy who crashes or whatever, and it's like, well, the hell with this, and I'll leave. But especially those guys who don't, I respect them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah.
And
Look at
one
this
more
now.
important thing, I need beer.
All right. Okay. So for those viewers watching at home, you can see the effect of the light fading now. Sim time, it's 20 to 7 in the evening. And the darkness is descending. You can see the effect of the lights on the track. This is obviously about as dark as it's going to get. And look at the way Jamie's pulled away there in that last corner. He's absolutely fired it out of that last chicane. Casio triangle, that is. Nobody eating cake tonight, Marco? No, Clyde has already had his cake. He told me and Wobbly about it very early on. He's probably had lots of it as well. A little bit of twitchiness from Adam's Mustang there. With Bob Woodhouse now closing in on him after getting overtaken earlier. Oh, Bob's lost it there into Casio triangle. Ooh, dear. Nearly taking out Adam as in the process. But all through safely in the end. So, Adam kind of gifted a position there. A bit of brake bias issues there for Bob. You can move the brake bias backwards, I think anyway. In certain cars you can. I've never tried it in this one. And And here we go again with Jamie versus Nikolai. This is round 5, I think, or something like that.
So did I miss anything, Pete?
Yeah, he missed Bob Woodhouse losing it after 130R and going into Casio Triangle. And Adam overtaking him as a result. They did nearly come together, but both managed to navigate it without actually making contact with one another.
So that might just be happening because Adam was putting insane lap times the whole time.
Yeah.
And Bob feeling the need to push.
Yeah, and fastest man on track that last lap was Chris Jackson, your race leader.
Yeah, I feel like he's just controlling the gap at this point again.
Just remind everybody of the race order. Chris Jackson is your race leader, as I just said. He's got a 4-second lead over Tony Kloosterman, who in turn has an 8-second lead over Kenzie. Kenzie is leading Adam, who you see on screen, by 5 seconds, and you can see the gap that Adam's got over Bob.
I love the way the light is now changing and the headlights are popping on, and you can even see that it's getting a little bit darker.
Yeah, I was just telling the viewers about that. Actually, as Nikolai nearly gets into Jamie's right-left panel, the rear-left panel, sorry. What the hell's the right-left panel?
Right-left panel. Left, right panel. Rear front, back side. If that would have been Tyler and me in GT4, you definitely would have hit because of the net.
Yeah, solid air effect.
Solid air. Oh, this
is a done deal. Surely this is a done deal.
Yeah, this is.
Oh no! Oh dear.
Jimmy is getting all of the bad stuff tonight.
He's getting fully beat up. That for me was Nikolai moving to the right.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a bad exit, and Jamie has a good exit. Oh, here we go.
Well, he may. Well, no, he's not. I thought he was going to let him through. I thought that's what he was on with. But this is a drag race now to turn 1, and we've seen people go around the outside here.
Yeah, but Jamie knows. He tried that like 4 times. Now he's letting him go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call of Nikolai. I think that it was on him that he moved to the right.
Yeah, let's watch it again. This is the best camera angle over the top of the car. So steps out of the toe, as you would expect. But then he seems to, lose it to the left a bit and then moves right here.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. He let him by, and I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I'd agree. And again, the sportsmanship in this league is exceptional. The respect these guys have for one another is immense. But Jamie will be enjoying this, no doubt. It's a good ding-dong battle that he's having there with Nikolai. This might well be the last lap, is it? All right. Might be one more. Early on, yeah. Yeah. So Race Director says, because where start-finish line is, we may just get another one. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, that's what.
So Chris Jackson wins. His sister teammate Tony Kloosterman finishes second. And Kenzie Newhoff finishes. That was good, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Finishes third, flashing his lights and enjoying his race, as did Adam Wright and Bob Woodhouse.
Go on, then.
Yeah, they were all over each other the whole time, Bob and Adam. I think that Adam really had his second stint was immense.
Good race there, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the laps he was faster than Chris was, but then again, Chris was probably just managing the gap and trying to do what he has to do.
Yeah. No, that was good. And most cars now crossing the line. We're just waiting on the Hoff and Woodward.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much of Andrew tonight.
No, and
it's usually mid-pack, but yeah, I kind of feel like he just didn't like the track.
it might be that or lack of practice, something like that. Is he out of fuel?
I think I got lucky there. I think this was.
He's
Tony's
just getting
day.
all the airtime he needs.
Got held up a bit there in that first stint, but
And here
yeah, a little
comes
bit of
Ant
breathing.
Woodward to round out the running cars on the field.
Apparently, whoa! Apparently, he's better in a car than on a bicycle.
Yeah, after breaking his jaw or whatever the hell he's done.
Yeah.
Takes to the grass, gets a bit of rallycross time and a bit of wall.
And now he broke his arm.
Yeah. But that's fine.
You don't need those anyway.
No, not even a little bit. Right, well, that was... it was a bit everybody on their own in the middle, but otherwise, very exciting towards the end again, and at the very start, as we expect with these races. Do you want to run through the finishing order?
Yeah, so Chris Jackson first in NQRA, and his sister team, Tony Klosterman, NQRB. Kenzie Newhoff, Team Down Under. Why you are in Team Down Under, I can't recommend, you're probably Dutch. Adam Wright, BSTV Esports Green, heck of a job. Robert Woodhouse, or what we call him, Jesus, of Concord Racing. Vincent Skillback, really Bins Mayhem with the famous Facebook group we all know. Tyler Newitt, who got an incident on the first lap with Marco Lewert on BSTV Esports Green. Myro, I can't keep forgetting. What is it? Hraski, okay. PCS. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera, which has had the bad end of the stick the whole evening. Nikolai Bogatrovsky? Bogatyrov. Don't Bug Me Racing. Andrew Hoffman, PSR, 11th. And Woodward, 12th. NKRB, a little bit slower than his teammate Tony Klosterman, but probably just lack of practice. Ivan Bowmans on 13th, who had a little accident on the chicane out on the hairpin on for track velocity racing, and Marco Lewert, who ended up going like a madman through the pit lane for V8ESC Esports.
It was a memorable moment, it has to be said. Right then, well, we've got a couple of people in the booth already, so we might as well begin our interviews for the evening. Hopefully, if I press all the right buttons, we should have our first place finisher for the first race, Tony Klosterman, in the booth. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Pete.
First race, not as eventful for us to watch, but I'm sure it was very exciting for you to lead over Chris Jackson. Was he staying behind you on purpose for points or anything like that, or were you actually racing one another?
We were actually racing one another.
Oh, blimey, you must have been very equally matched.
Yeah, good pace from Chris, and just when he gets really close behind me, I think the car washes out a little bit. So.
Yeah, we were describing that actually. I can see on your inset picture there, the back of your racing seat with the maple leaves on it. It's an impressive thing to have. But yeah, in race 2, you were both very quick to get to the front. I think you were helped by the fact that Kenzie lost it into Degner 2 and shuffled himself backwards. But you got there and you both pulled away. Chris a bit more than you that race.
Yeah, I think when Kenzie rejoined, he clipped the back of my car, and I don't know if that created some damage or what, but I had no pace after that. And after the pit stop, I seemed to recover that. So something had happened during that little exchange, but nothing intentional on his part, of course.
No, we kind of missed that actually, because there's a bridge there, and the camera, you were under the bridge with him when the camera passed. But yeah, the damage model on these cars can sometimes do the strangest of things. The most innocuous 0Xs can do a whole lot of damage to certain cars. And maybe there's a soft spot there. Remember that, Tony, for if you're in a battle for the for the league title at any point, and you want to give Chris a little tap. That might be a good place to do it.
No.
Oh, dear. But no, fantastic racing again, and Chris didn't get away like he did at Bathurst. That's for sure. He wasn't winning by like 3 weeks. He was only a few seconds ahead of you down the road. What's it going to take for somebody, including yourself, to oust him from winning these races?
Well, you're going to have to punt him.
Yeah, just on the left rear panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good stuff tonight. Suzuka suited the NQR boys very much, didn't it?
Well, interesting. Not my favorite track, and Chris and I ran completely different setups, but with the same results. So, I don't know that the theory about setups making a huge difference is going to it washes. But hey, it is what it is. It was good.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, you say you don't like this track too much. Is it this or Spa at the bottom of your pile?
Spa is still at the bottom of my pile, and this track actually went up the ladder this weekend. So.
Funny that, isn't it? Funny,
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Long Beach next time out, so you can reshape your car pretty quickly around there. Yeah. Are you looking forward to racing in Los Angeles?
I think that once we get through the first lap, things should be okay. But there's a lot of narrow spots on that particular track, so hopefully everybody is on their good behavior. And the best way to stay out of trouble is to be in the lead, right? So we'll see what happens.
That hairpin at the start of I can't remember what the straight's called. The start-finish straight. That's usually where all the incidents and action happens. All the bad stuff, anyway. Hopefully, we can get everybody around the corner with the smallest amount of wheel spin and the most massive amount of traction you can hope for, because that's the only way that we're going to make it round there safely.
Yeah, let's hope for that. Let's hope nobody ends up in the fountain.
Yeah. In the first race I ever did around there, it was in GTE. And someone did actually end up in the fountain on lap 1. He went flying through the air. I don't know how he managed to get that amount of lift. But anyway, hopefully that won't happen for us in a few weeks' time. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
A special shout out to Jamie McKnight, whose set I used this week. Was really, really good. And as much as I give him crap over his setups, this one seemed to work. So thanks to him, our team, Never Quit Racing, Mobility, Racetech for sponsoring the league, and of course you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always enjoyable to watch them afterwards.
Awesome stuff. In that case, Tony Klusterman, thank you very much for tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Right then, Wobbly. You can have the... it's almost the negative of what we've just had. And when I say negative, I don't mean bad. I mean a photo negative. Chris Jackson, who won the feature race and came second in the sprint race. For you, Wobbly.
Yeah, thanks. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your very big results.
Thanks, guys. How are we all doing tonight?
Yeah, we are good. I mean, I think you are doing better with your second and first place.
I'm very happy with that. I thought Tony was going to win both races. He was unbelievable today.
So walk us through the first race, because Pete and me were speculating, were you playing the team game or were you gunning for it? Because Tony said something about that you both were on the same pace.
Yeah, two totally different sets. He had different strengths than my car. But my set isn't very good behind another car. So that whole first race, I was just trying to learn how I can stay with him. I'd fall back a bit, and then I would catch back up once I had clean air. And then once I was underneath him, it just took a long time. He made a few mistakes where I could have gone, maybe if he wasn't my teammate, but he would have pulled out in front anyway. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that, and I'm really proud of Tony. His pace was unbelievable.
Yeah, and you start in the second race. Both you and Tony really came up to the line very fast. Is there any particular method you guys use for that?
Well, this track has a huge undercut if you get in clean air. So it's worth about 2 seconds, give or take, on the first few laps. So I knew when Tony popped in that if I didn't get in on the next lap, he was going to jump me, and then I wasn't going to be able to do anything. So once he went in, I went in. I knew I had enough of a gap. I got lucky that Kenzie was holding Tony up a little bit, that I knew I had a 1 lap window that I could play with. Any more, and he would have definitely had me.
Because in the end, it looked like you were kind of controlling the gap and keeping it safe. At least it felt like that. Our perspective. Was it like that, or did you kept on pushing, or?
He made me push. I make a little mistake. He'd gain a little bit. I'd push a little bit more to try and maintain that gaps, and then I would ease up a little bit, and I'd notice he would catch up a little bit more. So he was right there. There wasn't much in it. We were both, I think, pushing pretty good, using the tires, and Kenzie was right there with us for quite a bit. And I think just our longevity was able to pull away from Kenzie near the end there.
Yeah, because it looked very. No, I don't want to say easy, but it looked like that. Next week, Long Beach. Are you looking forward to that one? Or
Long Beach is one of my favorite tracks, but I don't think I'm going to race. I might jump into the commentary booth with you guys if I get an invite. I'm going to do a bit of family time in that. So I got to drop round. This is the first time I haven't had a week away in the season, so I'm going to take, I think, next week is my drop round.
yeah,
Is that because Mary's got the bullwhip out on you?
There's been a few weeks where I probably should not have been racing, and between my in-laws and Mary watching the kids, I was able to show up. So, happy wife is a happy life, and I'm going to make a smart decision and show up at the final round.
So the real answer is Mary can't drive next time out.
Yeah.
That is exactly right.
So good. Well, congratulations on your result, Chris. Any shout-outs you want to give?
I have to give a huge shout out to my wife, Mary. Love you. Thank you for letting me jump on. Logan, Tony was faster than me today. That's why he won. Okay, bud? He's big on the Ys right now. So if I don't win, I get a million Ys. So I thank Tony for that, because it's going to be a long week. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just
Why?
Because Logan is just going to keep asking why.
Why?
Exactly. And Ella, love you, baby girl. And thank you guys for the broadcast. Our team, Tony was pushing us and had a great pace today too. I'm not sure exactly where he finished up, but he was definitely putting in some practice before today, and I know he's still hurting a bit, so that's awesome for him. Greg couldn't make it, so unfortunate for him, but he would have been a weapon around here as well. So, and Racetech, Simability, and again, you guys, this awesome broadcast. Thanks a lot, guys, and everyone who races.
All right. Cheers, Chris. Celebrate your victory.
Cheers, gents.
Oh, that was Chris Jackson. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna hopefully improve Anglo-Australian relations now by bringing Vincent in. What time you got over there, Vincent? Is it still ridiculous o'clock? Or maybe Vincent isn't even at his keyboard because he's being very unresponsive. Oh, there he is. He's just hiding. He's just pretending. How you doing?
I could be better.
Yeah, I bet you could. That pesky Tyler.
No, we'll just have a chat about that. It's kind of to do with my connection. It was big net code into that, so.
Yeah, we saw a number of solid air incidents throughout today. What is it? Early in the morning over there, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just changed over to daylight saving, so I kind of got an extra hour sleep. So I only had to get up at 4 o'clock this morning instead of 3 o'clock. So it's currently.
4 o'clock. What are you doing at
It's
4 o'clock?
currently like sleep,
Stuff you
probably.
don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, unmentionable things. So yeah, tonight didn't really work out for you like it has done in other races, has it? And you ended up on the last. Was it the last lap or the second to last lap? No, it was the last lap, wasn't it? Yeah, where Tyler lost it out of 130R and into Casio Triangle. And talk us through your second race. You had a few people not getting in your way as such, but in front of you in such a way that you couldn't put moves on them.
Yeah, I got stuck behind Jamie. I thought I was a little bit quicker. That move I made at turn 1, I saw the opening, but I didn't actually change my driving style to get in there.
Right.
I just kept my foot more on the brake just to get keep it tight in there, and then we made the contact, which worked out better for him and
Yeah.
so for me. But
Yeah.
I just find this track is not very good for the V8. I think this track promotes more with cars that can turn pretty quickly on a dime, where V8 is pretty slow in that department. It doesn't like turning very quickly.
Yeah, and we were watching on the stream at the minute the Code Brown moment where Tyler, was it Tyler? Yeah, it was Tyler got adored by Marco, and then you kind of stacked everybody up trying to keep out of their way while they were spinning across the track. That must have been a focusing moment for you in the race.
Yeah, I saw the contact happen, and my first thought was, I don't want any part of this. So I backed off a little bit, but then I saw Nikolai right behind me. I'm like, oh crap. I wonder if he has noticed that I've backed off, or yeah. But it all worked out. So
Yeah. Most of the guys in here are really good at controlling this car. It is a monster, and you, along with all the other guys at the pointy end, drive it with an amazing amount of talent. Big shout out to your Wheelie Bins Facebook group. We've been mentioning them as we've been going through tonight.
I have been mentioning them.
It's true. You have been doing, yeah. So anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go, Vincent?
you guys for the broadcast, everyone in the league for some pretty good racing and tight racing, and just everyone over at Wheelie Bins who keep us running.
Awesome stuff. We've got Long Beach next, Vincent. How are you liking that as a prospect in a V8?
I've driven the tech track a fair bit with the V8. The new track I haven't really run the V8 much at, but I think I should be good to go for next one, because I think Scops is on same weekend with Long Beach as well, so I'll have to put a lot more time into the car for Long Beach. So hopefully that works out for me, but I don't know. I haven't had a good streak with street circuits in the past, so yeah.
Those pesky walls, isn't it? What we'll have to do is we'll have to get our sponsor Racetech to put their emblem all the way around it. That should help you focus.
All right, good.
Anyway, thanks for tonight. Very entertaining. You might be a bit frustrated, but it was very good for our viewers to watch. And as always, you are very entertaining in the V8. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, catch you guys.
Okay, and for your interview pleasure, Wobbly, you get Tyler to interview.
Hello. I don't want Tyler. Go
Okay, we've run out of anybody else, so you've only got Tyler to interview.
So, welcome to the booth, Tyler. Welcome. So, the first race, you started up 5th, if I recall correctly, and
Sounds
ended up
about right.
Yep. Ended up 6th, right? So,
Yeah, a bit of a roundabout way.
First race.
Yeah, it was a really good race. To be honest, I had a great battle with Bob and Vincent, and Kenzie and Adam. Had a really fun move around the outside of Bob into turn 1 to grab 4th, and then I just couldn't. You just can't pass here. It's so tough, and wasn't even planning to make a move on Vincent. I just wanted to be close enough out of the chicane to have a shot if he spun up the tires, but he broke earlier than I was expecting, and I was carrying a little more speed than usual, I think, through 130R. So I was just slightly not pointed straight and got on the brakes. Looked like I was maybe going to hit him, so I kind of hooked it right and got harder on the brakes. And unfortunately, just hit the solid air wall around his car. turned him off. I was really not too happy with that. I don't like taking people out by my own mistakes, and he certainly didn't do anything wrong there. Just didn't expect him to break that early, so it was a shame. But you know, I gave him the spot in the second race to try and make up for it a little bit.
Yeah, Peter Mead took a good look at it, and it looked like obviously it was Netco, but if it was Netco or not, it looked like you guys were bound to hit anyway.
Yeah, on my screen it wasn't necessarily. You know, we were going to be close, but I think there was space for me to send it off because he saw me coming and ducked back to the left, and I think I you know, he could have crossed me over, and we had enough gap that he could have held on to third. So, you know, I mean, that's nobody's fault there. It's just Australian and an American racing on European servers. So
yeah. So when are you gonna move to Europe to get some decent internet?
Oh, it's not in the near future, unfortunately. Too many sex gold duties to take care of here.
I thought there was a cabin near the new ring, but
yeah.
And in the second race, you started up with a little wiggle and bump with Marco.
Yeah, I looked back on it, and it's just one of those racing deals. I mean, everyone's pushing on the first lap because you can't make passes other than on the first lap. But it's so tough to go side by side through the S's there, and it looked like, you know, it was coming up to that first left-hander, and I was on a shallow entry, so I kind of let off a little earlier than I normally would have, and I think Marco tried to let me clear him, but because I was off earlier than usual, he was still alongside, and so I couldn't be any further left. But I just gave him a little hip check because it's really tough to go side by side through there.
Yeah.
And then obviously at that point, Marco's just a passenger because he's into the grass. And when it first happened, I thought he was still fighting me, and I wouldn't have been too happy if that was the case, but no, he was just along for the ride at that point. And fortunately, nobody else was caught up in it. But disappointing to start the race out like that.
Yeah, and you pitted fairly early. I'm guessing that it was to get the fast repair in and salvage the race.
Yeah, it was just, you know, I was in line behind Jamie and Vincent and Miro, and I was quicker than them. So what do you do when you're in that situation? You make the undercut, and it worked really well. If I wasn't feeling generous, I would have finished ahead of all of them. So that was kind of the ultimate goal. I knew I wasn't going to have a chance at a top 5 with Bob and Adam's pace, and Kenzie for that matter. So it was what I could do. But I was due for a bad week. I think I was telling Adam before the race I haven't finished worse than 4th or 5th since Hockenheim week 1. So it was, I think, just my time.
Yeah, just your time on the clock.
Yeah.
And overall, are you happy with the end result?
No, not really. I would have liked to be top 5, I think, in both races. I think I had the pace for it. But it is what it is. At this point, my goal is to get podiums and help Adam and Team Green in the team championship, and didn't do a very good job of either of them today. So, but won't be here for Long Beach to help out, and we'll try and do what I can at Interlagos, I guess.
I'll try to maybe reach that for the team. Yeah. Any one you want to thank?
Yeah, shout out to Adam.
Like me.
No, not really. Shout out to Adam. He, I didn't end up running the setup he gave me, but it was good to have a sanity check on setups before the race. And you know, his pace was tremendous today. I told him to come in for an interview, but he's sticking to the I only interview for podiums line. But he was, I think he had better pace than me, to be honest, or at least comparable. And that's good to see. It's good to have more people fighting up at the front. So he had a great day. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, Clive and Pete. And thanks to Racetech for sponsoring the series.
Pete, watch him out.
Thanks to Wobbly too.
Cheers, Tyler.
Do you feel
Cheers.
good about that, Wobbly? Do you feel good?
No, I only feel good about the overtake on the pit entry.
I'll screw you then. Bye-bye.
He's gone. Right, so eventually we got going with a very exciting stream. Race 1, arguably more competitive than Race 2 for the majority of the race. I think Racetech as a sponsor will be happy with what the races achieved tonight. 16 races, 17 races I think we had at the start. It's a healthy field for V8s, and hopefully we can attract more with the good news stories of the competitive and fair racing that we have in this league. Wobbly, any comments about the races tonight?
Yeah, we've seen 2 really tight races, especially the first one, the sprint race. They all bunched up together. They tried. We saw Jamie fighting with Myro on the S's like 4 laps in a row. And the first part of the feature race was really exciting. Was about the same as the sprint race. We did see some incidents here and there, but overall, I think it was a fairly good race, a fairly decent pace of all drivers. I think they can look back at a really enjoyable drive.
Yeah, definitely, and we always enjoy coming to Suzuka. Not necessarily for the drivers, because it's kind of a 50-50 split generally. 50% like it, 50% don't. I think that percentage might be very different when Racetech V8ESC goes to Long Beach, because those walls are pretty brutal. Join us again tomorrow, folks, because we're doing ITCR, and we're at Zandvoort. I won't be racing, I'll be in the booth. With Clyde, hopefully on the stream that says the same thing as what we're actually doing for tomorrow. And on Wednesday, I can't even remember where GT4 TCR is on Wednesday. I have been
Virginia.
told. It's VIR, yes, that's right. Virginia International Raceway. I like it, Wobbly doesn't. And hopefully my voice will hold out for all of these. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week's worth of racing ahead, so don't miss any of it. Watch us on YouTube and on Twitch. Follow us on Facebook. And never miss any of our races, because they're all terribly exciting. You'll be able to find out lots of facts about Long Beach when Wobbly joins us next time for the next V8 race. And who knows what he'll find out about Virginia and share with us tomorrow in the ITCR race.
Last fact about Japan, they have some kind of festival where they celebrate Dick.
Nice, yes.
Yeah.
Good family show, folks. And I've been P. Bingham, and I'll say goodnight now, and wish you all the best, and pass you over to Wobbly, and then on to Clyde.
Yeah, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again.
Yeah, and thanks to Racetech for sponsoring the series. Thanks to Wobbly and Pete. Apologies for the technical issues at the start, but stay safe and good night, everybody.